Hey everybody, Jeff here again, coming to you with another Kickstarter Initial Impressions video. Today I'm going to be looking at Loot and Recruit from Swarm of Dice. Let's see, this is on Kickstarter right now. It's going until April 9th, 2015. And it is a deck builder around the idea that there needs to be a new Goblin King. And so you go to this crazy Goblin Festival and you recruit other goblins to your side, and you try to build up a little like goblin army. You grab actions, you loot things, and you just kind of go crazy. And throughout the day, you'll kind of assess where you are in becoming the next Goblin King, and end of the game, whoever has the most points wins, and you get points by basically how many goblins you've recruited, stacked up, and kept on your side. So the other opponents have the option of attacking your goblin stacks, and depending on where they hit in that stack, they can actually knock out multiple goblins, which will knock out multiple points that you got going on. All right, so in the grand scheme of things, what did I think of this game? I gotta say, this was a pretty interesting game. I like the theme. I like the idea that they're kind of going with. It's the style of deck builder where you take all of the cards that you have and you kind of put them out in a five spot buy row, and the goblins are in a 5 spot recruit row. And then you've got some things that are always available, so you can always kind of grab from those piles. And as things are discarded or destroyed or whatever, they go to a trash pile. And then if the pile ever runs out, you actually get to shuffle the trash pile back up and continue on. So you build your deck off of that. You've got some various action cards that allow you to do things that you're kind of used to in some deck builders, kind of like trim your deck and draw cards and all that stuff. If you like this style of deck builder, this is a pretty good one. I like the fact that it is the use all your points, your loot or your recruit points. So if you buy something and you have leftover points, you can continue to buy. And of course, as you buy something, the spot is auto refilled. So you still can get into those situations where you're like, oh, that's the card I would have bought, but now I don't have enough points for it. But that is to be expected. And again, it is nice that it's not just you get one buy, make it count. It's, hey, I've got 8 points. I've got 8 loot points. So I'll take this 4 card, flip another 4 card up. Awesome. I will take that one as well. That kind of stuff. So that's pretty good. There's this kind of cool little timer deck, too, that has like an opening ceremony and a closing ceremony to kind of trigger the end of the game. So it's a timed round game, which is pretty cool, too. So in that aspect, I mean, you're not trying to work towards maybe some slow build end game. You basically go through your opening and closing ceremony, but in between there, you've got morning, day, and night. And then there's like 4 cards in each of those. And then once you get through like all the morning cards, kind of stop before you go into the day cards, and you figure out your score at that point and record that, go through the day, figure out where you are, how good your stack of goblins are, record your score, and so on, and then do a final scoring at the end and determine who is the winner. Love the theme. I love the art. I mean, again, this is a prototype. So when you're seeing like the gameplay and stuff, you'll see some blank cards, and then you'll see some cards with the art on it. I like the art style. I like the just the overall atmosphere of this game. And again, the whole, you're not, adventurers going into the dungeon or any of that stuff. They went with the whole Goblin Festival to crown a new Goblin King. I like that idea. I like some of the things that I was able to see on these cards, because not only is this a time mechanism, but they also have some like abilities on them. So like for the opening ceremony, basically everybody gets an extra loot and an extra recruit. So opening ceremony, everybody gets a little bit of extra money to play with, so you're not completely, money deprived depending on your draw. You get to add on to that. There are some cards will give everybody bonuses or bonuses for certain situations. Some are flip. So when you flip that over, those things happen. And so like this one, this morning deals expired. We're in the morning here, but the deals have expired, which means you clear the whole buy buy row for the shop. You refill it. Everything that was there is gone now. And then you also pass the first player token. So that happens off and on in here. So the first player is always the one that's kind of flipping these to see what happens. So you flip that and you go, oh, all right, well, you're the first player now. And then that person takes a turn and go around from there. And then they'll flip the next action card. So I like that as well. Obviously it's somewhat a piece of random something happening in the game, but it wasn't in an aspect where I felt like too many people were hindered by it. It's a lot of times everybody gets this or this happens or clear the recruit, area and refill it and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. I like the attack aspect of this too. So you take your attack cards and like I say, if I have both of these, I can play them and combine them. So now I've gotten a 6 attack. So I can try to find, let's see. So, I could not attack this guy because he's actually got like a defense of 10. But if I saw this guy with a defense of 5, and let's say he was at the bottom. So let's say I had like these guys here. I've got these goblins are all stacked on top of each other, but my guy at the bottom is a 5. I can hit that 6, attack, hit this guy, and because I took this guy out, the guys above him crumble and fall with him, and they all go away. So I've just wiped out an entire stack of an opponent's potential for score. So that's kind of cool. It also means that when you recruit goblins, you're kind of thinking about where you put them. You've got like a 3 platform spot that you can build up and stack goblins on. So do you want to, you got to watch out and not necessarily have your weakest goblins, at the very bottom of every stack, because somebody can just come along with a single attack card and wipe out everything you put above that stack. So you got to be mindful of that kind of stuff. I like the stopping to score maybe every once in a while, thing. That's kind of interesting. What I'm not a fan of, and this is no secret if anybody's heard or listened to or seen some other games that this happens with, I don't know if maybe there's something in the Kickstarter that I haven't seen, but with what I've got, it's you stop, record your score somewhere, and keep going, record your score somewhere. So I'm never a fan of, especially games like this that don't give you everything you need inside to get the scoring component. So just that little piece, it's a minor pet peeve of mine. I expect everything to be in the box. I expect the score stuff to be in the box. However you do that, cards, whatever. But in this particular game, at least the prototype I've got, the rules basically say write your score off to the side. So go grab pen and paper, that kind of thing. Fine. But again, I'm expecting that to be in a box. If I'm taking this box somewhere, out and about and trying to show somebody, I don't want to be fumbling for extra stuff later, or if, I pick a pile of games or whatever. Just grand scheme of things, that's a minor pet peeve of mine. So if I had to pick on anything, it would be that. Other than that, I like this. I'm not overly tired of deck builders like a lot of people are, but I think even in the deck builder genre, this adds some cool things to it. Like I said, the stacking of your goblins and getting to score them, and then opponents being able to attack them in such a way that they can take out multiple goblins. Just the looting and the recruiting and all that stuff is, it's a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with this one, and I definitely think you should check it out. And again, it's on Kickstarter right now. It is Loot and Recruit. Loot and Recruit. From Swarm of Dice Games. Kickstarter right now going till April 9th, 2015. Go check it out. Look down. I'm sure they've got other reviews and stuff as well. I can't imagine anybody giving this a negative review unless you really, really don't like deck builders, because this is a pretty solid game. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will talk to you soon.
Loot and recruit for the Goblin King!
I am just figuring out I should have worn this for the Project Dreamscape video. Dream Warriors! Oh well, next time I will coordinate my outfit better.